Hello and welcome back to Gsuite Tutorials. Today we're going to talk about the company profile. Here you can change your company logo, what information you get from Google, even your company name. Say you want to go through a rebranding, or perhaps your company has been reacquired by another company as a form of a takeover, or perhaps you've just merged. Anyway, here we are in the Google admin interface. Typically you can click company profile and that'll take you right through to what we want to talk about today, or click on the 3 slices of toast up in the left hand corner of the screen, click down to account, and you see the pop-up box gives you company profile and admin roles and domains and data migration, but we're going to click on company profile. Here we go. Behold, company profile. So there you go, our profile for the Collaboration Kernel Gsuite tenant. As I mentioned, you can select your profile here, change your company name, language and time zone, even set future release policies. Now, this is worthwhile taking a look at. So my organizational name is Collaboration Kernel, and as I mentioned earlier on, perhaps your company may be acquired or you may be merging with another company. And this happens with multinationals all the time, and smaller businesses as well. They may be bought out because they're providing a service that is indicative to a part of the market where another company wants to move in. So this is typically where you would change your organization name. Clicking on the question mark gives you the help, as with all throughout the G Suite console. Again, it says change your organizational name. You can change your company or organizational name that appears in your Google services. Initially, the name is the domain name you use to sign up for your Google service. But you can use any name you want. In particular, you may want a different name if you add more domains to your account. Perhaps you have a top-level company and you want different domains, like perhaps you want a European, a UK, a United States instance. Change the organizational name users see. So to change the name users see in their services, such as when sharing files, and it gives you all the information you need into the console, company name, profile, next to organization, enter a new name. Couldn't be easier. But the help is there to help you. So let's go back to our console. That's organizational name. Contact information. Now, this is generally the account, the primary administrator account that you set up when you created your Google's G Suite tenant. Okay? As you can see, mine is collaborationk@collaborationkernel.com with another secondary email address that I can always be reached to. This can be changed to whomever or whatever should these individuals move on, but typically these accounts should be accounts that users set up the tenant and then locked away in a fireproof safe and never used or logged in with. You should always appoint another administrator to do your administrator work. Okay, so here we've got a good topic as well. We've got a support message. Now, provide a support contact information in case users need help. This could be the number of your help desk. For user support, contact +44 07 655 4433, whatever. And my spelling is terrible, so we'll change that to contact. And then for service support and lack of service, you could put an email address in, for example, support@collaborationkernel.com. You can also set the default language for your tenant as well. Of course, we've got ours set to UK English, but you can select from a huge drop-down list and different dialects as well. You may have seen English US there and English UK. Again, especially when I talk about things like aluminium. Okay, so time zones. Show all time zones. What time zone do we really want? So we want the UK ones with Greenwich Mean Time. So let's slip down there, right to the bottom. United Kingdom. Okay, and what time zone do we want there? GMT London. But that could be different depending on the locale and where you're watching this video from. If you're setting up in Bulgaria, then it would be different, obviously, to where it would be in London. So you can set your time zone. Now this is really important, and the release calendar and future releases. G Suite, like any cloud collaboration platform, whether that be Office 365, whatever, is bound to a release calendar. All these topics are updating. All these applications are updating all the time. And with that does come a certain management of change. This management of change is how these changes affect the users and the user community. Oh my God, they've changed that button in Google Slides. I don't know where it is. For example, these schedule releases typically give people a heads up that these changes are coming, so that you can then prepare your user community to prepare for this real change. It could be education. Be warned, Google Hangouts is not going to be called Hangouts anymore. It's going to be called Hangout Meetings and Hangout Chats. That's a very good example as well. And there may be some different interfaces to go through, which you can go through via learning, online learning, pull in some YouTube videos. However you want to put that information over to your people and communicate that management of change in a format that is consumable to them. Although you may want to have rapid releases. As soon as those new features are released, whap, there they are, they're there. Typically though, in an enterprise environment, I would go for schedule releases, where your users receive new releases on a weekly schedule, typically 1 to 2 weeks later than rapid release. This release track is useful if you want to learn about a new feature, train support staff, or inform users before they receive the feature. Now, with these new products as well, you can either automatically zip it all out to everybody, or you can manually add the services from the dashboard after Google releases them. Now, all depending on how you are. If you're going to go for the schedule releases and you're up on your game and your management of change process and everything's running fine and you want to be able to tell everyone about those changes and you're able to communicate those changes to everybody, automatic is great for you. However, people may have different sheets set up. There may be some issues in regards to compatibility. Who knows? I think perhaps adding new services from the dashboard as they're released on a manual basis is probably preferable. But depending on your side of organization and also depending on, how Google wants to, how often Google wants to make those releases. So that's new features and new products, part of G Suite, and my advice on how it would, or how it should go. So you can click on save to save these items. We've made quite a few changes there. Okay. Again, we've got our support meeting up here. Can we do a Control B? No, we can't. So we can't put any additional text formatting in there. All right, moving on. We've got communication preferences. Now, these is how Google and G Suite communicate with you, the administrator. You're going to get tipped off for things like pilot programs, performance suggestions and updates. How Google and G Suite can really help you with your adoption of their tool. Feature announcements, always handy, especially when you consider what we've just spoken about and about the release method and the release, the release chain of new features within G Suite. Offers, okay, maybe events like Google Next, things like that you may want to send key individuals to learn more about the collaboration platform that they're using. And also you've got feedback and testing. Do you want to be participating in surveys and pilots to improve G Suite? Typically, probably not. But that's up to you. Okay, so moving down, we've got account information. We can see our account type is Google Apps for Business because I'm currently on the 2-week free trial, and my default country is United Kingdom. Personalization. A little bit of fun here now, where you can upgrade or upload a new logo to emblazon your Google content with. Your logo will be displayed for all services at Collaboration Kernel. By default, it is Google, but I have a custom logo with the wings of Collaboration Kernel. There's no logo set. The image file should be in PNG or GIF format and have a certain size. Okay, and do not include any Google trademarks. They'll let you use the original Google default logo, but nothing else. It's very important. So we're going to select a file. We're going to go for, say, that Facebook cover. Okay, there it is, Collaboration Kernel. We'll show this logo on all user created sites. Okay, and we'll click Save. And that's our logo changed. So we've emblazoned our logo across all our G Suite services, and we've started to personalize our G Suite experience. Okay. Let's go back up. Click on Show More. So, supplement data storage and data storage information. Okay, so choose the location for your supplemental data storage. We're given the option of the Russian Federation. Depending on GDPR and where you want your supplemental data storage to be, that might not track with you, and that's something you've got to take up with Google. Clicking on Learn More. This feature is available with G Suite Business, Education, Enterprise and Drive Enterprise editions. As a G Suite administrator, you have the option to store a copy of your users' data in a specific country. You do this by enabling supplement data storage. Now, we've just been given the fact that it's Russian Federation. I'm on the trial. Shall I be paying for this? Properly, I will be able to choose where a copy of my data is going to be stored, and that's all down to GDPR, which is a topic I can think about another video on, and it's too wide and outside the scope of this video. But rest assured, you can set another location for your supplemental data storage. Let's move back. Okay, and we'll go back again to company profile. Cancel that, make sure we've saved it. Okay, company profile. So, clicking on Show More. Next up, legal and compliance. View legal and compliance information and contacts. Let's select that. So, Google Cloud storage locations. You can look at the data center locations. Let's open that in a new tab. These are where Google currently has their data center locations. Gives you a little picture as well. So we've got one in Dublin, Lane, all the way down there, Quillicura, the Dales. Ooh, look everywhere. Look at all these lovely places where there's data centers. Now, you may have a specific requirement to have your data in country, and that you'll have to talk to Google about. Google Cloud sub-processors. So what are these? Well, there's a big push as well now to bringing the services to where the computing power is, as opposed to, moving the computer power to where the data is. It's all transference of data. These as it says here, these Google sub-processors assist them with the provision of the services. So all depending on where you want. And it gives a list of these huge entities, like this Cognizant Worldwide Limited. I've got it hosted there for the United Kingdom. Again, down in Malaysia, Bulgaria, Canada. It's all down to where you want your information to be processed. Okay, your EU representative details, a person designated where applicable to handle things like GDPR. You can have the full name in here for that. And your data protection officer. You can put all your information in there for people within your company who have that responsibility. again, sharing options, and all the EU contract clauses for G Suite. Moving back to company profile, we're nearly through this topic. This topic is a little bit dry, to be fair. Click on show more. Next, we have custom URLs. Create a custom URL, easy to remember web address where a user can access their G Suite services. Let's click on that. Right. To enable your custom URL, you must create a CNAME record, and you can do this in conjunction with your networking team. So, for example, you might want office@collaborationkernel.com or G Suite @collaborationkernel.com, as opposed to the standard URL. This is all down to, effectively, company personalization of the entire experience. An easy, quick to remember address where people can say, right, I've got to log on and access my G Suite services. What shall I type in? Shall I type in mail.google.com/a/collaborationkernel, or shall I just type in mail.collaborationkernel.com? There you go. Very ease of use for the user. Moving down, show more. And again, we have account management. So we'll click on that, and it gives you the option to delete the account, export your organizational data, and look at the subscription billing page and download those subscriptions. Now you can cancel your subscription, you can delete your account, but be warned, once it's deleted, that's it. It's totally gone. So effectively that was company profile and a quick look through some of the options within this page. All about company personalization, all about adding logos, all looking for the legal compliance and GDPR that was so prevalent in people's minds now, and there's an awful lot of fines that are going around to individual companies and enterprises who aren't complying with GDPR. Thanks very much for watching. Check back for more videos in the series.